the latest developments in the never-ending nightmare that is the open borders. Let us discuss with the author of seminal works on the open border, most recently Overrun, How Joe Biden Unleashed the Greatest Border Crisis in U.S. History, and America's Covert Border War. From the Center for Immigration Studies, our good friend Todd Bensman. Todd, welcome back.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So this is the latest permutation. Have to play this cut for you. This is from San Diego, Fox News. A really quite perverse story, cut 7.
A group of migrants tried to board a school bus this morning while it was traveling to a school. The superintendent for the Humboldt del Zura Union School District informed parents of that incident earlier today. It happened at one of the stops on the school district's bus route that heads to Oak Grove Middle School and Humboldt Primary. Meanwhile, yesterday afternoon, in a similar area along another route, the superintendent says that a group of migrants tried to stop another bus. Border Patrol, CHP, and the Sheriff's Office have now been informed of these incidents. The superintendent says that for the safety of everyone, if a driver sees a group of migrants at a bus stop, they will drive past it and move on to the next.
Todd, what is going on here? I don't even know how to begin. School buses being taken over by illegal immigrants. What's going on?
I don't know the story behind that one. That is bizarre. But, you know, one thing is that the Biden-Harris campaign or administration, they think that they can get the American people to not worry so much because the numbers down at the border that are crossing illegally are lower because they cut a deal with Mexico to hold them back down there. But the problem with that strategy is that it's too late. You let 10 million in and they have to live here. They're running around. They're committing crimes. I was in Denver not that long ago and pulled up at a red light, and I was just swamped by guys with squeegee, cleaning my windows, and it was a little spooky. I mean, honestly. And this sort of thing is in the country for all to see. Everybody's seeing that. They're seeing the crime. They're seeing strange events like this thing with the buses. There's videos all over TikTok and all over X everywhere. You can't look away from what happened on the interior of the country. And that's really where their problem is, not so much how many are crossing daily now.
Right. I'll never forget when we spoke to you from Mexico, where you were at a rather nice bed and breakfast, and you said the whole bed and breakfast is full of Chinese nationals, middle-class Chinese nationals coming into America. I know it's hard to do this, but you are an expert. You're from an intelligence guy for the state of Texas. Of what we have seen, this deluge, this invasion, how much of it is organic? Just somebody saying, hey, I'm going to walk across the Rio Grande to America. And how much of this is industrial, cartel, and NGO organized? Give us your sense of how much is organic and how much is actually organized.
I mean, I think it's probably 90% organized. Wow. I just came back. I just returned from the Darien Gap. I was in Colombia for a week, and I was in Panama for another week on both sides. And on both sides, there were NGOs everywhere. The United Nations, they had whole compounds that were just filled with immigrants with storefronts all around. You can get this, you can get supplies here, you can get legal advice here, you can charge your phone there, you can get water over here, we'll help you pack your bags over here. On both sides in every camp that I was at. So I mean, it's very, very industrialized, and you can find those kind of camps, those UN presences, and the NGOs at way stations from where I was in Colombia all the way to the northern border with Mexico and all along our border. It's very industrial. It's very organized now. They've had 3 years to get this thing oiled up and really working well, and it is.
You're the senior fellow at the Center for Immigration Studies. Everybody needs to follow you on social media, Bensman Todd. I got to ask you, given your qualifications, your response to she was never the border czarina, Todd.
Yes, she was. I'm sorry, there's not an official government title like that, but The root causes doctrine and strategy was the central doctrine and strategy for the Biden administration's management of the southern border. They said that over and over again. This is all about, we're going to address root causes, meaning we're going to nation build in 3 countries of North Central America, and you're in charge of it. And she was proud of it. She willingly accepted it. She happily accepted it, at least publicly. And she held press conferences in the years after she accepted it, saying, look what a great job I'm doing. I got this, investment for Honduras or whatever it was. So, I mean, she owns that. I'm sorry, she owns it. And I certainly remember seeing that when she was running for president, that her illegal immigration platform was almost identical to Joe Biden's. And she believes in this. That's why they picked her.
And now her switch to saying that she's going to build a wall. I thought walls didn't work and were racist, Todd.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. What she's actually, if you dig into the nuts and bolts of that one, what she's talking about there is that she might extend the period of time for the appropriation to be spent. Not that she's going to actually spend it. She's saying, I'll, extend the time period and kind of leave it open for maybe this possibility. Vote for me, some of you independents. That's what that's saying. But yeah, she is absolutely against that wall. She has been inveighing against it for years.
We'll hear what she has to say on her latest flip-flop tonight in the canned speech with her fellow Democrat, Dana Bash. In the meantime, find out the truth. Overrun is the latest book from our friend Todd Bensman. Follow him at Bensman Todd on Twitter and at the Center for Immigration Studies, CIS.org.